Hey everyone, I'm Scott Stokely, and I'm here with Selena Green on ABC Radio Southeast, the greatest radio station in all of Australia. Nay, dare I say, the finest radio station in the entire Southern Hemisphere? Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay, they're the ones that have me on the air, so therefore they're the greatest radio station in the world. We are at we're at Food Bank.
Food bank.
We're at the Food Bank in Mount Gambier, Australia. I'm getting ready to go live on the air to promote disc golf. This is the second time in the last 30 days somebody has trusted me with a live microphone. I appreciate your confidence. But we're about to go on the air in just a minute live, and we're going to record the whole thing for all of you. But we're here mainly to raise awareness for the local food bank and to promote disc golf while we're at it. So thank you so much for having me. I'm very excited. All right.
So we're going to set you up with your headphones and your microphone, Scott.
Okay.
And we are going live on radio in about 30 seconds.
In about 30 seconds. I can entertain y'all for 30 seconds. If you're looking for unique Christmas gift ideas, go to scottstokely.net. We got full color Discraft ESP buzzes with the Stokely Universe stamp. We've got all my Tour Series merchandise, which celebrates my 2022 season Disc Golf Pro Tour, Tour. I'm doing voice to text live on YouTube. And all sorts of other stuff. All my classes, online classes and in-person seminars. Information, scottstokely.net. We're ready.
Amy Winehouse and Valerie. The times on ABC Southeast is 12 minutes past 9. And I've got a very special guest to introduce you to next. It's a sport that, is, I think, growing in popularity, but maybe you don't know a lot about it. Maybe it's the time now to learn a little bit more about it. He's from the US. Scott Stokely is 17 times world and national disc golfer. He's made multiple titles during his professional career. And of course, we've got a fantastic disc golf course now set up in Valley Lakes in Mount Gambier. So the opportunity to improve some of your techniques. Scott is actually in the region to host a disc golf method clinic tonight in Mount Gambier. But first, he joins me on the site.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
It's my absolute pleasure. So, disc golf, when did you first pick this up as a sport?
So I played my first round of Frisbee golf, as we called it back then, on the world's first Frisbee golf course when it was the only course in the entire world in 1976. And so I've been playing since the very beginning, actually.
Right. So, for those who haven't seen disc golf, haven't seen it in action, how do you best describe it?
Disc golf is the game of golf. It's that we play it with flying discs instead of a ball and a club. You play on a course roughly a third the size of a ball golf course, which means you can play around in an hour and a half after work, which is really more convenient. Basically, disc golf offers every single thing the sport of golf offers. There's entire volumes of books written about the greatness of the game of golf. Everything that makes golf great, we offer. In addition to that, we're also either inexpensive or free, depending on the course, most often free. You can play in a shorter amount of time on a far wider variety of terrain. We love golf, we respect golf, but we think we've taken golf and we just offer it to far more people.
Do you tend to find that people who maybe play traditional golf then switch to disc golf, or do other people who tend to play both, or are they two camps very separate?
No, so right now there's about 15 million players in the world on 12 to 13,000 courses. There was a time when ball golfers scoffed at us. That doesn't really happen anymore. I think we now have the respect of golf, and it's reciprocated. We honor our origins. But ball golfers now are finding that, hey, I can take my kids out and play, and it doesn't cost any money. I can go out and, like I said, I have an hour and a half on the way home from work. I can actually get in a round of disc golf. And that just makes it more accessible. So I think that there are a lot of them are coming around to everything our sport has to offer.
Now, traditional golf has birdies and eagles and handicaps and all that sort of thing. You get the same with disc golf?
Yeah, basically we stole everything from golf that works, which is most of it. It's a great game. And the exciting thing now is the reason I'm down in Australia is that I am on a 2.5-year tour just promoting disc golf around the world. Disc golf is beginning to blow up in Australia, but it's certainly smaller here. The course here at Mount Gambier is world famous. I mean, we're getting to play disc golf in an active volcano. It's the internet. They'll believe us.
Yeah.
It's an active volcano. It's an extreme sport in Mount Gambier. No, just the novelty of playing someplace this unique. We drove 14 hours to get here
Fantastic.
after a 14-hour flight.
After 14 hour flight. Well, as I mentioned, you hail from the US, and from your accent, obviously people can tell that's from where you're from originally. But give us a bit more detail. Where are you actually from within the US, and how big is disc golf there?
Yeah, I mean, disc golf has blown up. I mean, right now there are more rounds of disc golf played in the US than rounds of ball golf. It's about the same number of players, but the average ball golfer plays like 1.3 times a month or something like that. The average disc golfer plays like 10 times a month for the reasons discussed earlier. So actually there's a lot more disc golf played than ball golf just on the participation level, and we are growing by like 30% a year and have been for decades. Yeah, it's becoming massive. Over in Europe, Western Europe, especially Scandinavia, it is big. In places like Finland, there are more courses per capita than any other place in the world. Well, actually, I'm sorry, Iceland. Iceland comes first, followed by Finland, but there's a lot of places that are even more places. Just the U.S. is really big, so we have the most courses.
And whereabouts in the US did you say?
I'm from Colorado.
Right, okay. And this is a sport that's taken you all over the world.
Yeah, I mean this jaunt right now is 2.5 years. We're going from here to New Zealand to Southeast Asia to do then the Euro Tour. We're going to try to get some courses in India, and then go play some courses that are brand new in Africa. There's 4 countries now, I believe, in Africa that have permanent disc golf courses. We're going to visit them all. Back to Europe, then we're going to hit South America, and then back to the U.S. to tour again. That's the plan.
That is the plan. You've all multiple titles, as I said in my intro. So there is obviously competition. And what have you been able to achieve in your career?
Yeah, so I've won 17 world and national titles in disc golf and distance. I've held multiple Guinness World Records for the longest throw of a flying disc. We'll say the longest throw of a frisbee. Both backhand, which is the traditional way you think of throwing a frisbee, but also sidearm, which is how you would throw a cricket ball, or baseball as those other people call it. But it's the other delivery. I've had world records in both of those. I've just been real fortunate. I've been successful in my career, and now I'm 53 years old, and now all I want to do is make sure everyone in the world knows what we do, and so everyone can enjoy it too.
My guest this morning is Scott Stokely. He is a national and world disc golf champion and professional disc golfer. He's actually in Mount Gambier at the moment, and he'll be doing some method clinics for adults and juniors while he's here in the southeast. Scott, my producer Beth has actually gone out and bought some frisbees, and I think my producer Rod is maybe going to bring not too far away, Rod, because I don't want to take anyone's eye out or kill them, because I'm not very hand-eye coordinated. And look, I don't know, Scott, you've never seen me play golf, but definitely a good ball ruined because I lose a lot of balls. This is just a plastic, kind of cheap disc golf frisbee that you pick up in a sort of store. Is this pretty close to what you would use in professional settings?
No, not at all. This would almost be like playing tennis with say a badminton racket or a ping pong paddle. It's certainly fun. You can go out to the course and play with any flying disc, any frisbee you have. You'll quickly find that the discs designed for disc golf, they're smaller, they're beveled edge, they're not for playing catch. They fly farther, they cut the wind better, they're easier to control. Disc golf is just like golf. It's the funnest thing in the entire world, except when you're not playing well. So not having the equipment that allows you to play well is still fun, but it'll be a little frustrating.
Yeah, and we've set up a shopping trolley over here that maybe I'm going to try and get this into in a sec. But I tried to describe the nets essentially that they land on a proper course. They would have a name.
Yeah, we call them pole holes. Generally, people call them baskets. Is the most common term. Basically, the idea is there's a metal contraption about 1.5 meters high with a series of chains hanging around the outside, and the idea is you strike the chains, that slows down the disc then falls into the basket. We call that holing out, just like in ball golf. And that is how you quantify the end of the hole. And you play 9 or 18 holes, you count the number of strokes, and see who was better that day.
Yeah, sounds like fun. But can you
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, the courses are generally the same size, similar pars. Most city courses, like for instance, the course here in Mount Gambier, I believe, has like a more family-friendly layout. It's a par 54. Apologies if I get it wrong, but it's an easier and shorter course. And but they also have a professional layout, because when you play a competitive tournament, you're not going to play on a bunch of par threes. I mean, you're going to play on a far more challenging course, built for higher level players. But the normal setting is going to be in a much more friendly setting.
Fantastic. So, tips for beginners. If I'm going to fling this at something, is it all in the wrist? Is it all in the way you stand? I don't want you to give away too many trade secrets, but is there some very easy beginner steps that people should be following?
Yeah, the basic idea is that you're going to turn 90 degrees from the hole. So you're going to hold the disc in the hand that you would be throwing with. If you stood out with your hand extended from your body sideways, that is going to point in the direction the disc is going to go, and you're then going to pull it across your chest, basically like a backhanded tennis. In fact, very similar mechanics to that. And then the opposite throw, the sidearm is like throwing a cricket ball, which means you don't turn sideways, you face forward and throw it just like a ball.
Well, my backhand is rubbish. I think we're about to see. My we're on site, Rod. Just put that shopping trolley a mile away. Rod, pretty nice. Very good. We give one to you, Scott, and I like no pressure to get it in. Rod, bring it closer. There's no.
I think you can make it.
I'm more worried about people around us.
Nah, you won't hit anybody.
Danger. Well, would you like to go first?
No, first off, you can't take an eye out with something round, so there's no fear there.
Good thing we don't have anything that is sharp.
Maybe light bruising at worst.
Okay, so we're going to try and see if I can get one of those plastic discs, frisbees, into the shopping trolley. Rod, I would make some clear way here if I'm you. Okay, so if I'm
Turn sideways.
turn sideways.
Yep, that's it.
And then
Throw it like a backhand in
like a
tennis.
backhand tennis. Okay, here we go.
That was good. Hey, everybody on YouTube, she made it.
We should point out this morning that Scott has got a YouTube channel. And we're
Yeah, I am recording from my YouTube channel. It's 2022. The camera's always rolling
This
in.
is some sort of inception moment. We might be splitting FaceTime continuing.
By the way, you notice he's moving it closer for me.
Yeah, so I've completely missed, but what do I do now?
And I made it too. Don't turn the camera. The cards are going to see that it's empty.
I skimmed over the top of the trolley there, but I've gone slightly wide to the left.
Now I have to try one more, because now that I know how it flies.
Pressure.
Now turn the camera.
Round of applause. It's gone straight in the trolley. Fantastic. Well, that's simple. Should I have another go?
I think you should have another go.
Okay, I feel the pressure now. Rod's filming this. Here we go. Oh,
That was good. Nothing wrong with that.
it's in the right direction. It's gone towards the trolley. It hasn't gone towards the crowd. No one has lost a limb or an eye. So it's a good beginning.
Again, just like bruising.
Exactly. Scott, thank you so much for coming down today. Thank you for sharing some tips and talking about this fascinating sport, which I think people are learning a lot more about. It sounds like Australia we're catching up a little bit, but definitely a growing sport down this way. You're doing a couple of clinics while you're here for local disc golfers.
Yeah, I'm doing an event today at Mount Gambier Disc Golf Course at 5 p.m. If you're interested in playing, I promise you this is the funnest thing you will ever do for you and the entire family. Just grab a Frisbee. The Mount Gambier Facebook page is the best place to get information locally. For Australia, there's a Facebook page called Australian Disc Golf Shenanigans. All you got to do, if there's not a course near you, just post to the page, say, I'm interested in this game, and people will respond and tell you where to find it. So, Australian Disc Golf Shenanigans nationally, Mount Gambier Facebook page.
Fantastic. Scott, lovely to meet you. Thanks so much for coming down.
Oh, thank you so much. It's an honor. I appreciate it. Thank you to the Food Bank for having us.
Scott Stokely there, who is a world and national disc golfer, professional disc golfer. He's travelling the world at the moment, but he's here in the Southeast sharing some of his expertise with local disc golfers. Sounds like a fun sport. We can go out and try it sometime. You're on ABC Southeast this morning with Selena Green, and it's 25 minutes past 9.
Thank you so much. You did good. That was awesome. Look at the see. Look, guys, they're both in the trolley. So you made it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out. And like I mentioned earlier, if you're looking for Christmas gifts, go to scottsdale.net. Other than that, come play disc golf in Australia, y'all.